bring out Captain Tom
Everybody
Easley
up?
once
Everybody
again.
ready?
Let's listen in as he gives us new information.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Micah, right?
You're seeing Captain Tom Easley right here. He is with the Norman Police as he gets his name out as for reporters and things like that. We'll listen to what he has to say.
We still have voice contact. Negotiators are talking with him. We don't have a lot of particulars as to who he is, what his motivations are, why he's upset. We simply don't know at this point. It's a good sign that he is talking. It's an excellent sign. Hopefully we can resolve this all peacefully and we go home and everybody's more or less happy.
We heard reports that he was an Iraq war vet. Is that true?
I heard some radio traffic to that effect, that he was a veteran. Specifically, I don't know.
Has family been brought in? We saw some people that crossed the barriers. Are they family?
I don't know.
Have any people been allowed to leave the building?
Yes. Yes. In fact, I believe we've evacuated the vast majority of the building, if not all of it, except for the area where he's contained.
That is the second floor, right?
Beg your pardon?
That is the second floor, correct?
That is the second floor.
We're hearing that he's in a law firm area.
I've heard the same, but I haven't corroborated that information.
Do you know how many people he's holding hostage? How many people?
We have at least 2 hostages. Who they are, I can't say at this point.
And we understand they're having conversation, talking about history. I mean, have you been able to touch base with those hostages yourself?
No.
Have they been asking for any requests? Or
Nobody's hurt. We had an initial report of shots fired, but to the best of our knowledge, no one was hit. We have no reported injuries at this point.
Do we know that if he is armed?
He is armed.
Do you know what kind of gun he has? Or
He has a pistol of some sort.
just one weapon, you think?
As far as we know right now, yes.
What's the next step for police?
Continue negotiations. Again, hopefully, we have a peaceful resolution.
Have you brought in counselors when you say negotiations? Can you go into more detail?
No, no, these are police negotiators that are. Police negotiators are trained for situations exactly like this.
Now,
Tom,
the
are they
2
dealing with
hostages,
him over?
male or female?
Don't know.
Tom, are they dealing with him over the phone, or are they in an office outside the office?
It's my understanding it's virtually face-to-face. Now, whether it is face-to-face or whether it's a landline or a throw phone, I'm not real clear on that.
Has he been asking for anything? Does he want something? Or?
No requests that I'm aware of have come out.
And can you talk about the evacuees behind us right now? What is the protocol with them? Is it just identifying who they are, making sure they've all been accounted for?
Yes, that's a slow process, but mainly what we're asking them is who are you and who else is inside the building that you don't know is out.
We've seen officers come and get some of these people and bring them back closer to the building. What are they doing with those people?
Interviews.
A half hour, 45 minutes ago, there was a group that came from the north side. They walked them this way. Had they been released later than the others or evacuated later? Do you know who they were?
I don't know who they were, I'm sorry.
Does anyone recognize the man holding them hostage?
Not to my knowledge.
Do you have any idea on motive?
No, ma'am.
Are there multiple businesses in that building?
There are.
Do you know if he's a veteran of the war?
That's what we've heard. It's non-confirmed at this point.
And he is armed.
Yes, he is.
Anything else, Captain?
Not that I can think of. Any questions?
Do you think that he's related with Veterans Day tomorrow?
Say that again, please.
Do you know if it's Veterans Day tomorrow related?
It's in relation to Veterans Day.
Oh. You can only speculate. No, I'm not going to do that.
Tom, could you relate one more time how this began?
We got our first call at 12:26 p.m. We had a report of a man taking hostages inside the building at 1800 North Interstate Drive. We also had additional reports of shots fired. Again, I repeat, we have no reports of any injuries whatsoever.
Any actual indications that shots were fired? Has that been confirmed?
No, sir.
Indication that he drove up a vehicle at all right now that you're looking at, or?
No, sir.
About how many people were you guys able to clear out? He said that. No.
Well, I'd have to only take a guess, and I'm not going to do that because I have no idea how many people were actually inside.
But the correct number you're using is at least 2.
There's at least 2 hostages remaining inside the building, yes.
And do you know how old the suspect is in age range?
Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you.
You're welcome.